Hey everybody, Mrthefanboy here. It's time for another video. And as you can see by the title above, this is the intro portion of my late out of date review of the TNA wrestling pay-per-view Impact Wrestling Redemption, which so far has already been a phenomenal show. I've just got done finished watching the first half of the show, and now I paused it to watch the second half of the show. This is also partially a rant, a rant. By the way, I'm on the bed. If anyone is wondering where I am, yeah, I'm not on camera right now. I'm about to make my grand entrance in a minute, but first, let's talk about this pay-per-view right now. First off, the rant, because like I said, this show has been awesome. But here's one problem I have. I initially wanted to do I initially wanted to record a live reaction and review while the pay-per-view was going on, and then release the whole thing through YouTube and Facebook when it was over. When the event was upload them to YouTube and Facebook when the event was over. But the website I go to watch all my wrestling and MMA and boxing was late getting this event. They were 5 hours late. I tuned in at 8 o'clock to watch the streams, and they weren't there. And they were not there until about 2 o'clock, to about 2:30, around that time. 2:30 or 2:40. I don't remember which exactly time, but it was like 5 to 7 hours they weren't there, which is why this review took so long. I've only watched the first half of the show, which has been phenomenal. But that was one problem I had with this event right here. It took forever for them to finally upload all parts of this event. The guy who usually uploads the stuff to the website must have been late getting to the event. And what's his name? Actually, I don't think he went to the event at all, because on the stream I watch, it says Fight TV, which is a pay website that has all of the Impact Wrestling, WWE, Defiant Wrestling, Ring of Honor, Lucha Underground, all the stuff, all of that stuff. What's his name? But that's what I saw in the upper right corner. So I think whoever had this pay-per-view just stole it from that website and added it to their website. But finally, it's here. And with that being said, let's start this review right now. Hey everybody, time for another video, and this is the narration portion of my Impact Wrestling Redemption pay-per-view review. And I must say, what a phenomenal show. Earlier during the video, the webcam portion of this review, I'd only seen half of the show. Now, after finally rewatching the pay-per-view twice, yeah, it was so awesome, I watched it again. That's why this review took so long. But what a phenomenal show, man. Every match, every fight was good. The only two disappointing matches were the knockouts matches, and even those were okay because of the story and because of just how awesome this event was, man. This was one of the best pay-per-views again. Impact Wrestling, they've once again outdone themselves. Not only was the WrestleCon Impact versus Lucha Underground event from WrestleMania 34 weekend awesome, this show right here was just as awesome, if not more awesome. More awesome. What a phenomenal show. An awesome night of fights. Every match was good, with the X Division match probably being the best. The X Division match and the hardcore match probably being the best if I had to choose. If I was forced to choose which was the best match of the night, like I said, an awesome night of fights. The only two disappointing matches were the knockouts, as I'm about to get to in a minute. The show started off with a phenomenal match between Triple A and Lucha Underground stars, Aerostar taking on Drago, and this was a phenomenal wrestling Lucha Libre match to start the show. And Aerostar wins with the code breaker. I would love to see Aerostar stick around now that Garza Jr. and Laredo Kid are no longer in Impact Wrestling. I'm going to talk more about that in my Impact Wrestling news video that I've been trying to do, but haven't got a chance to do. But I hope Aerostar sticks around longer and becomes that new Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio more type character. So yeah, an awesome fight to start the show. Then of course the next match of the night was of course the tag team titles match. They of course did a recap video of Eli Drake, the hype up, what's his name? Then they later cut to LAX, and we later learn that Conan is missing, and then the phone rings, and it turns out that Conan was apparently taken out, so he won't be at Redemption tonight. This was an awesome tag team match to start the show. Everyone in the match performed well, with Eli Drake, in my opinion, being the MVP of the match, and Scott Steiner performed well too. Much to my surprise, Steiner and Drake defeated LAX. I thought LAX were gonna beat them because I thought Steiner was either gonna turn on Eli Drake, or was gonna turn on Eli Drake during the match and abandon him, and leave him to the wolves, LAX, or LAX were gonna actually defeat Eli Drake and Steiner cleanly. And after the match, Eli Drake turns on Steiner. I didn't think they would pick up the belts here. Now I'm wondering where this would go. And the ending was even more surprising, that it was for the most part clean. Drake knocked, I think it was Ortiz off the ropes, and he hit his finishing maneuver. He hit his finisher. No, he knocked Santana to the outside. Oh no, Santana, instead of doing Santana decided to jump onto Steiner, and Drake was able to deliver his finisher, the gravy train. That's what it's called, to Ortiz for the 1-2-3 episode. I'm just surprised how clean this was. So I'm interested to see where this goes, because like I said, I had this prediction wrong. I had LAX winning and Steiner turning on Eli Drake, either during the match or after the match. Yeah. So next match of the night was the match I wanted to see. You don't know how happy I was. I never got a chance to do a prediction video for this pay-per-view, but you don't know how happy I was when I saw that these guys were added to this pay-per-view, and this match was added to this pay-per-view. That's Brian Cage versus DJZ, Taiji Ishimori, Desmond Xavier, Trevor Lee, El Hijo del Fantasma, and those six competitors. What a phenomenal match with Desmond Xavier, Brian Cage Brian Cage, Trevor Lee, and Zima Ion, they were the MVPs of the match and they shined most. But everyone in this match did a good job. Was my favorite spot besides the start off with Desmond Xavier kicking butt was when Brian Cage, who Trevor Lee taunted earlier, Brian Cage finally got tagged in. You can see the look on Trevor Lee's face, the way he sold it. He came off as a great heel in the match, and Brian Cage, the spot I wanted to see, and actually the first spot of the match I saw, because Impact Wrestling uploaded segments of the match to their matches to their YouTube channel, and that was Brian Cage going beast and destroying everyone. The move he hit on Taiji Ishimori was sick. How many finishers does this guy have? I can't even describe what he did to Taiji Ishimori. And then then there was the only downside to this match was one part where he botched the moonsault. He went to the rope, then he slipped, then he did it again and hit an awesome moonsault. And then of course the end of the match. Then of course Zima Ion hitting his awesome sick springboard DDT. Taiji Ishimori got to do some good stuff here. Then the end came where Brian Cage hit the suplex driver, which he calls the drill claw, onto Desmond Xavier for the 1, 2, 3, and Brian Cage won as I predicted. I came to see the part where he would go beast mode, Superman, Incredible Hulk, and destroy everyone. Also, the crowd was the most alive for this match and the hardcore match. And I also love there was a pink sign that said Thanos fears Brian Cage. I love that. So then of course there's a promo with Ali talking about how she can no longer trust Braxton Sutter, and how how she has to focus on Su Young and put herself before Braxton, something like that. Then we get to the next match of the night, which was Talia Valkyrie taking on the debuting Kiera Hogan. This was an okay match, but the fact that what's her face the fact but Rosemary not wrestling despite all that previous build up from week to week, all the fights, the final deletion style fights, all of that build up, and Rosemary wasn't here. I heard she got hurt. That's what I heard. I've yet to read anything, but I heard that she got hurt, so she wasn't there, and Valkyrie she defeated her with the Road to Van Hella finisher. One of the highlights of this match was Tessa Blanchard, the daughter of wrestling legend Tully Blanchard of Four Horsemen fame. She made her debut on commentary and continuously bickered with both Callis and Matthews, with Callis of course agreeing with her, and Matthews of course playing a babyface. I love how he plays a babyface non-biased role on commentary despite being a heel when he's Matt Seidel's manager. Then of course we get to one of the other matches I wanted to see, and that was Petey Williams versus Matt Seidel. Love the promo package, love the match. I only have two problems with this, which go one, the crowd. It wasn't until like the end, they really didn't care up until like the end of the match, up until like the last 3 minutes of the match. Next, I hated that Matt Sydal defeated Petey Williams clean, and I hated that he defeated him. I wanted Petey Williams to win the X Division championship. So I'm mad that Petey Williams did not win. I'm mad that Petey was win, and I'm mad that it was clean. Since Josh Matthews wasn't gonna be there, I figured Petey Williams would win tonight. So yeah, and the crowd just in the beginning didn't care, despite how awesome the match was. But yeah. Next was, oh yes, the House of Hardcore match between OVE, Sami Callihan, Dave and Jake Christ taking on Eddie Edwards, Moose, and the returning hardcore legend Tommy Dreamer. What a phenomenal fight! As the first move of the night, when every man had made their entrance, it was Jake Christ. Yeah, Jake Christ tried a sunset flip over the top rope, sunset flip over the top rope, and Eddie Edwards, and not Eddie Edwards, but Moose caught him and power bombed him onto the apron as the first move of the match. The first move of the match was a sick high spot, not bump, sick high spot. Then they go into the ring, fighting everywhere, So many awesome spots in this match. To remember. Oh yeah, I can remember one of them. One of them was Tommy Dreamer hitting his signature baseball slide. Earlier in the match they had um 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 when one I can't remember which brother it was, but I think it was I think it was David Christ. They had David Christ. Moose had David Christ in a power bomb position on the top rope, and then Eddie Edwards came down with his leg as a leg drop maneuver and brutally took out David Christ with a double team maneuver. Earlier in the match, one of the Christ brothers um tried to get the best of Moose, and Moose reversed their move into a sky high power bomb. So yeah, phenomenal match. The most memorable part came at the end. I didn't like the end, but I did like what happened after. The end came where after all that destruction, when Tommy Dreamer was about to come in with the barbed wire, um with the barbed wire baseball bat to hit Callahan in the face. Callahan simply low blow Dreamer and rolled him up that easily for the 1, 2, 3, and it was over just like that. But after the match, here's where it gets good. Eddie attacks Callahan anyway. Um, he attacks him with the barbed wire baseball bat, busts him wide open, then duct tapes him to the ropes and brutally keeps caning him. And he won't listen to no one. And then he hits the referee. Then Dreamer comes in and tells him it's over. Back off. Dreamer shoves him down and keeps hammering Callahan. The Christ brothers try to interfere. He canes them to crap too. Then Aisha comes in. He thinks she's one of the Christ brothers, and he accidentally hits Aisha, and Dreamer comes on like, what is wrong with you? What are you doing? And Dreamer was telling him, this is why you can't take it far like that. Can't wait to see where this angle goes. But man, that awesome ending made up for the terrible way Sami Callihan won. A low blow and roll up finishes after all of that violence, man. Then of course we get Ali and Su Yung with Braxton Stutter. This little match right here was okay. It wasn't that good. The best parts of the match were Saxton continuously interfering, and the most memorable part at the end of the match was after Ali retained her title by rolling up and reversing Su Young's finisher. Ali after the match, Sutter tried to propose to Su Young. Su Young appeared to accept him, but then gave him some miss and gave him some of the miss and then gave him the mandible claw to end it. Like I said, pretty good segment right here. Then you got the main event between Austin Aries, Phoenix Star, and Pentagon Jr. Don't remember everything from this match, but this was another awesome match. This has to be one of Pentagon's best performances I've ever seen. Love Pentagon, but I do not like his wrestling style. I do love his sick armbar finisher that he does in Lucha Underground, but yeah, this is the best performance I've seen of him. And much to my surprise, he won the Impact Heavyweight the Impact World Heavyweight Championship. Much to my surprise, and much to the anger of Austin Aries. So I'm really interested to see where this goes. And he's another one I hope to stick around for a long time. So yeah, awesome pay-per-view. Awesome pay-per-view. Once again, Impact Wrestling delivers. Well, that's it. I'm done for now. I'm gonna do my TNA wrestling related news video next. All right, I'm done for now.